Voila! And welcome to the Amanda Natanda Show. I'm Amanda and thank you guys for watching. I am so super excited about today's episode. As you can see, I'm smiling because of the yellow. Right? There's such a happy color and I love it. And I am so excited because joining me today, you already know her. If you don't know her, then you're not even following me too. You know what I mean? Because I've been with her lately and in my pictures and everything. And she's an amazing woman here in Edmonton. And I cannot wait for you to hear what she has to say today. So her name is Tania Turner. She is a model, mom, entrepreneur, body positive speaker, a blogger, fashion lover, as you can see, and brand ambassador. If I left out more, she's gonna have to tell us. Welcome to the show, Tania.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. So.
You're welcome. I am so excited that you are here. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she won't say no.
I'm so excited. We always have such a good time together, so I knew this would be nothing short of fun.
Yeah, here we are, and here we are. So do you mind telling the viewers if there's anything that I left out of what I've already said about you and who you are?
I think that pretty much covers it. I think the only thing I would add to that is that I am involved in some philanthropy in the city. I love to give back to my community. I am a lover of my city, so...
Edmonton, not Deadmonton.
What, E.G.?
Thank you, exactly. And for the past two episodes, we've been having YEG moments.
Yes.
With,
I mean, we are proud Edmontonians.
Yeah.
And I mean, our Oilers are back on a streak too. So.
Woo-hoo! What's there not to be proud of,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. We're going to be the city of champions again soon.
Okay. There we go. And
that year.
Right. So we all know that Canada welcomes and embraces diversity, and everybody will look at you and they'll be like, oh, she's white Canadian, right? Mm-hmm. But we were talking about it on Wednesday that you discovered something really amazing, which we ended up laughing, saying that explains it. Yes. So you mind telling the viewer what your sister discovered about your heritage?
Absolutely. So we had some questions in our heritage, and my sister went ahead, and my mom and my sister did their heritage, did their ancestry, and it turns out that my sister and I have 15% African in our DNA. So I'm like, this explains the booty.
That's what I'm saying. This explains the booty and the curves. You get it?
I'm like, I got the tan, I got the curves. I'm like, all right, okay, I get it now. I'm just not English
after all, right?
Yes. No, I am a first generation Canadian. My parents were immigrants to Canada, like many people's parents are.
Yeah.
So I'm first generation Canadian. My kid's second generation now.
Right.
So we're starting to get rooted, but we are, like everyone else, pretty much immigrants here.
Oh wow. So your parents, where are they from?
My dad was born and raised in England, and my mom was born in Germany.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But Europe all the way, and then coming here to America.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is so amazing and good to know. So may I ask what size you are, if you don't mind me asking, and is it okay to call you a plus size model? How comfortable are you being called that?
Good question. The first answer to that question is I am a North American size 16.
Okay.
That translates into about a 1X if you're shopping. So a 14, 16 is usually a 1X.
Yeah. And then, so guys, if you're gonna give gifts, pay attention to this. Yeah, business come every year. And Christmas. Yeah.
And so, being called plus size, I don't have a problem being called plus size.
Yeah.
I prefer curvy because it just seems to flow nicer.
Right.
But I don't mind being called plus size at all. I think some people find it negative and find a stigma behind it, but myself, I just embrace it. So I don't really think about it too much. But I really don't understand why we have to say plus size. Like you're just a size. 0. Like you could be a size 0. Like is there really such a thing as size 0? and they put a size zero in there, but let's be clear, nobody's nothing.
That's the thing, right?
Zero, the definition of zero is nothing.
It's nothing, really.
So
that's
really,
true.
it's just in our mind. So let's say you're a +2, or if you're a 2 or a size 6 or whatever, or size 16 or 22 or whatever size you are, we're just a size.
Right.
It's the fashion industry that puts the plus there.
That's true.
I don't know why they have to do that.
That's weird, though. Okay, fashion people, please tell us. This is just for you.
Yeah.
Open-ended question. Right. So then, speaking of what you've already mentioned, you don't know why, and you don't know whether it's a positive or a negative. I was about to say, do you think it actually reflects a positive image at all?
I think most people think it's negative. So it's like, ooh, ooh, like, and most women are like, I don't want to be identified as plus size, right? Like, it's like there's this negative stigma behind it. But
which I think it's per where the environment, if anything, because where I come from, being a plus size is like, damn, you're hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I came here,
culturally,
it's different. And then when I came here, I saw people getting offended. Literally, right? To say, oh my gosh, you're gained weight. Oh, did you say that? Oh, I'm offended. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's also a cultural thing to say. So would it be positive or negative at all? Or
I think it's to the individual how you process it, right? Because some people, like myself, embrace their curves, embrace the fact that I am identified as plus size in our society. I don't have a negative thought about that. But if there's someone struggling with self-image and they don't like the term plus size and they don't want to be identified with that group of people, then it's probably a negative.
Okay. Oh, wow. And how do you think that can be tackled for people to see it in a positive more than anything, embracing the way they look and being confident in their body and shape?
Well, I think first and foremost, I've said it before, which is we all want to belong to a group of people and identify with people. So I think that representation is going to normalize size, whether it's plus size or even small. Like some people, there's a stigma against small people too. Like some people get negative feedback because they're too little. So there's the too big, the too little scenarios. And I think that once everyone that has representation in the media, because that's where we get most of our feed into our minds, is like social media, TV, print. All those things feed us image, and those images are kind of cookie cutter right now. They're starting to flow into diversity in shape, in race, in sexual orientation. All those things are starting to get more represented, and I think that the more we do that, the more people can identify, the more they'll accept themselves. I mean, ultimately, it's a personal choice whether or not you accept your body the way it is. And when you do, there's so much power in that. It is so powerful.
Please get that right.
Yeah, it really is.
And you're gonna hear more why. All right, and that being said, actually, you inspire a lot of curvy women, plus size women, people who struggle with the way they look, right? What inspired you and gave you the confidence to get into that and do that and say, you know what, I'm gonna just do this? And even on your social media now, you wear even swimsuits representing, like being a brand ambassador and stuff like that. So what led you, or what gave you the confidence to start that?
I just got to the point in my life where I felt like I wasted so much time of my life worrying what other people think of me. Did you get negative comments then? No, I hadn't even been on social media yet. Like, I've only been on social media as a public figure since like February, March of this year. Wow. So
and 76.4 thousand, is it?
Somewhere in that.
I was looking. I was somewhere there.
In there.
Right.
But prior to that, even like I thought to myself, like, I actually don't feel bad about myself. I look in the mirror most days and I feel beautiful. And I don't hate my body, and I'm like, but it's that stigma that other people, you accept what other people opinions are, or what they think, or what their idea of beautiful or normal is. And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy with the way I look. I'm happy. I'm healthy, and so I'm just going to embrace where I am. You know, for now, I'm happy with it. Maybe my views will change on it. Who knows? But for now, I thought, okay, I want to embrace this, be able to dress myself, which was a real hassle here because for a long time we've only had a couple stores that carry plus size clothing exclusively, and then a couple more that have extended sizes. So I started my company Curvy to Curvy to start dressing myself because I love fashion.
You love
I love fashion.
Watch your IG. I'm like, okay, girl. Yeah,
and
you look good.
I don't like when you can only shop in a couple places and you walk into an event and the plus size women are all wearing the same outfit because it's the one hot trendy outfit of the season that they can all get at one big box store.
Right.
So I'm like, I kind of want to be able to diversify my wardrobe a bit and dress myself and maybe help some other women too dress themselves in some stylish clothes. And then things just started moving from there. I started doing private fitting and fashion consultations on one-on-one basis and learned so much about women insecurities and just basically how we all pretty much battle with our self-confidence and we really are our own worst critics. So.
Right. So was there a moment where you were not really satisfied with the way you looked, or just your curves?
Growing up, for sure. Growing up, I definitely was not digging my curves because I was so...
And when you're a teenager too, picking and bullying.
Yes. I used to wear like oversized everything, like which let's be clear is not a good look if you're already bigger. So
right.
So, but I mean, at that point, like let's be clear, like I was under 150 pounds, and I was like, oh, I look terrible. But now looking back at myself, I'm like, I can't even believe it. Like your mind just warps things so much, right? So then I did not embrace it because everyone around me was smaller. It was the normal. It was, and at that time you're kind of insecure already.
For sure.
Had lots going on in my life at home, so I just was insecure all around. So I kind of went more eccentric, went more expressive with my clothes. Like when I wasn't all bundled up and big sweatered, I would be like wearing something outrageous instead.
Oh dear.
So it's like I felt like if I was going to have the attention, I might as well have I would feel like I'm having the attention because my outfit's so awesome.
Right now, yeah, of course.
And not because of my curves.
But both of them, right? Your body and your dress, both.
Yeah,
good.
At that point, I wanted to like mask the curves and be focused on like the outfit. So the outfit would be kind of crazy, right? Like long johns and skirts. Back in the day, that was actually kind of like the style for the alternative dresser,
right?
Oh
so my god!
I went that route and just went for my own identity in that way.
Right.
Embracing myself as being different,
which is good,
but not embracing my curves at that point.
So, what would you tell the young you today? Now that you look back and say, wow, really? And the confidence that you carry right now, I love it. Like every energy is, you can pass it on. It's contagious.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Every
positive
energy. If positive or negative. Yeah. You're around negative people, it'll rub off on you. Wow. You're around positive people, like I remember Wednesday. I was so stressed too, and then Zoe just came in. She's like, why you mad? Why you upset? You know what I mean? And then snap out of it, girl. And then for sure, right? It was like, okay, let's do this, right? So it's energy, and that's contagious. So what would you tell your young self today?
Wow. Okay, so I would go.
Letter to
myself. So many things I would tell you, girl.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, I would first and foremost tell myself that what other people think of you will never matter because in life, no matter what you do, you can never please everyone.
And sometimes I find it's a reflection of themselves.
Oh, most of the time it's a reflection of themselves. And the truth is that you can do everything right, and some people just will never like you. So living your life to please others is definitely a mistake. And then I would also tell myself that your mind is the most powerful tool that can work for you or work against you. And the truth is most of us, when we look in the mirror, our minds work against us, and we see an image of ourselves that's not even a reality. And so when I look back now, and I've said before, like I had seen a picture of myself and I didn't even recognize myself. I'm like, who is this? And I thought, like, this girl is really smoking hot, and she's like, she's curvy.
I like that. I have it here. Okay.
And she's like, she's got like the curves, and she's wearing this really amazing outfit with like tassel boots and everything, and a wind skirt and everything. I'm like, and I said to my sister, like, why would I, like, who is this? Why would I want this picture? She's like, it's you. And I'm like, that was like such a moment, because I had to relook at the picture, and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh my Lord, my mind saw myself so differently that I didn't even recognize myself in a photograph, because I never believed that that was me ever. So I would tell myself that don't believe what you see in the mirror. Believe what you believe what you know in your mind. Believe how you feel in your heart. Know that no matter what your size is, big or small, life is ever changing. Those things are temporary. They can, you can go up, you can go down in weight. Like, just be confident in who you are in that moment. And if you want to move forward and you're working to lose weight or gain weight, then go for those goals, but you have to love yourself along the way. And I would tell myself to love myself earlier, to embrace myself, to not put off experiences in life because you're afraid of judgment.
Right.
Because
and judgment will always be there, whether you do good or you do bad.
Yes, because let's be clear, even when you're doing good, someone doesn't think you're good,
That's the thing, right?
It can go, so you just have to focus on what is important to you, what you want to accomplish in life. Don't worry about like what people are going to see or think of you. In that respect, you just have to go out there, grab life, and just do everything. That's what I because you don't want to have regrets.
Yeah.
And I think back now of some of the things that I did not do because I was worried about how I would appear to other people.
And that person doesn't even care anymore right now. Or doesn't even
honestly,
remember.
They
doesn't even care.
Like, what? I don't even remember that day. And they wouldn't remember that day, So I think that I'd go back and do all the things that I was afraid to do because I didn't want the attention on me because I didn't like my size.
Oh dear. But look at her now.
I'm making it.
Boom! She's making it. So what has been the highlight of your career so far?
Oh wow. So far.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on right now for me, and I'm so excited about it.
I know.
I think that the journey has been amazing. It has been a short journey so far. But it's been like blasted off, and I'm so excited for it. I would have to say, meeting my first goal on Instagram, which was I wanted 5,000 followers this year, and I did that.
And she didn't even know Instagram, just so you know how it works.
I had no idea
she didn't know how it works. Right.
But I learned it, and now I'm going to teach a workshop on it, so that is exciting. Like, just all the opportunities that I'm getting. But I think, like, the first real, like, wow moment was when other companies wanted me to represent their brands. I'm like, that's great, because they understand, like, first of all, they are embracing diversity in size. They are they think that there's something there's a connectability with me and other women, which is what I want. So that was really pivotal for me. I think that was like, wow, I love it.
There we go! Guys, y'all need to follow this lady right here. Y'all need to follow her. And we'll put her social handles as usual. We'll put her social handles down here, and you can follow her and see more of what she's doing. And this is just nothing what she's saying right now. There's a lot happening for this lady in this city and even beyond. I foresee beyond, like, over out there coming for you.
In February, I'm going to Kingston, Jamaica. Yes, it's called the Embrace Your Curves Expo.
Wow.
And it's going to be in Kingston, Jamaica in February.
Where most of the curls are too, anyway.
And it's being put on by a lovely little woman. Her name is Jessie. And can't wait to do that. She has asked me to be the opening speaker, so I'm so excited about this because I get to set the tone for the weekend, because I'm the first thing anyone's going to see at the expo, so I'm going to come out and I'm just going to light it up. It's going to be a great time.
Ooh,
yeah, so if you want to come to Jamaica, get ready. I'll get the details posted soon. So
we were talking about you mentioned something which I saw on your IG post, which caught my attention.
All right.
And you were quoted now I consider myself, you even said it just now.
Yes.
Now I consider myself a plus size model who is smoking.
Can I say that with modesty?
Well, however way,
like it's not a vain, like it's
not
hopefully
a vain
it's not
thing,
coming
yeah.
back like coming across vain, like 'cause
No,
I don't want to be
it's
like,
well, the
I'm
fact
all
that
back in a bag
we
of chips.
the fact that I noticed that to me was like, yes, you go, girl.
Yeah, I'm just like saying, like, you need to own it. Like, if
Yeah.
you're gonna own it, like, own it 100% because
Yeah.
that's what people are gonna respond to.
Yeah.
It's the confidence in owning what you've got going on.
Yeah.
If you got the curves going on, and that's what I'm trying to say is that I honestly feel like I do feel sexy. I do feel beautiful. I do feel that, and when I was asked that question, it was like, yeah, like, because we had gone through the progression of how I got to this point of being confident and how I would describe myself now, and that's how I would describe myself is that I feel like most days when I'm like, yeah, that's right, I'm feeling hot today.
And normally what
You know,
they say,
or
what you
beautiful,
project
or-
is what you feel inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What you feel inside, it just projects on the outside as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you feel beautiful, damn,
And people respond to confidence, right? Confidence, when you're exuding confidence, other people see that, and it's like a magnet. People are drawn to it, and when you show that confidence, they believe what you believe about yourself, and that's, if you believe you're not worthy, people treat you like you're not worthy because that's what you're putting out there. You're setting the standards for yourself.
Yep.
If I say I'm smoking hot,
oh yeah, you are.
you don't have to believe me. You don't have to feel that way, but I feel that way, and it's okay. It's like because it really doesn't matter. It just matters what I think of myself.
Yeah.
It's how I feel in that moment. There's days where I feel like peeking out like from undercover, just like not today. Like,
Right.
World, not today.
Not today.
So,
Oh
but
my
you have to go out. You know this. You have to like suck it up. You got like face breaks out, whatever. You got things to do. You have to do it. You still same thing. Can't let those things bring you down in the moment. Those are temporary. Like you're moving through those. Got a bad hair day, whatever. Today you're bloated. It doesn't matter. It's temporary. You're moving through it. No matter what that is. If you carry yourself with confidence, people aren't gonna pick up on any of the things you're insecure about.
That is so true and so amazing, and thank you so much for sharing all that. So what advice would you give before we get into the moment where we're going to be losing our minds with fun? What advice would you give to a young girl who doesn't, same as your young self, who doesn't feel sexy or good with their curves, which highly likely would lead to very low self-esteem? And now we're in a world where bulliness is huge. Being bullied leading to suicide, right? Because oh no, you don't look sexy, you have curves, that is too much. Like it's just a lot. What would you say to a young girl who's struggling with that right now?
You wish you could just go back and like tell these girls how temporary this time in their life, like your elementary and high school part of your life is such a flash in your entire life, but it is so impacting. And like you say, there's like suicide rates are up, people are exposed to social media and these ideals and images that are unrealistic for a lot of people to emulate, and it's sad. I think that I would tell them that they need to understand that this is just a moment in their life, a very, very brief moment in your life. And unfortunately with hormones and everything, like your mind isn't exactly balanced. So we can encourage young women to think positively about themselves by representing when they go on social media that there are women like myself. There's women like we have in Canada, like Carrie Kemp. In the States, there's Erie Lane. There's like all these positive plus size influencers out there now on Instagram that I would follow these women so that you can see if that's who you identify with. If you if you feel curvy or plus size and you're not really loving it, that, surround yourself with positive plus size women that can inspire you to help and help you embrace what you have going on right now. And even though you will move through that. Like if you honestly don't want to remain plus size, then there's many, you can move through that. You can become skinny or whatever is going to make you happy, but size isn't what's going to make you happy. You have to be happy inside first and foremost. So whether you're big or little, it won't really matter, because some people think that if they lose weight they'll be happy, and then they get skinny and they realize they're still unhappy. And like there's never a size that will make them happy, because it's something within them that isn't happy. So I would tell these girls to really look inside themselves, because it probably isn't the size. It's probably, the social stigma that goes with it. Some of them probably look in the mirror and feel pretty good, but it's that letting that judgment and those images of what they think, what everyone else thinks is beautiful or normal is what's...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
It just reminded me of when I also made a friend who used to always tell me, oh, some of us don't wear makeup, it shows we're beautiful. And just because I wore makeup, she implied I was ugly. Wow. But guess what? Deep down in you, I'm a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Right?
I've seen it.
But you see it now.
I've seen it.
But then it's one of those, when you hear those words,
of course it's hurtful.
they poison you.
Yes, absolutely.
They poison you is exactly
what seeds in your mind.
In your mind to think. And I couldn't look at myself in the mirror for a while.
I had a boy in grade 9 say to me like one day, he said two things to me that were very pivotal. And they were, I had my hair slicked back in a ponytail, and he said to me, he said, you look so ugly today with your hair like that. If I were you, I would never wear your hair like that again. And I'm like, ooh, okay.
Wow.
Like, I was like, ouch, okay. And I didn't wear my hair like that for a long time, which is crazy.
And words are powerful.
And then the second thing he said to me was, I was wearing a nice pair of acid wash jeans one day, and he said to me, with a girl with hips like yours shouldn't be wearing jeans like that.
And I wear more.
And I have to tell you, I actually stopped wearing jeans and didn't wear jeans until I was in my 20s again, and that was when I was 15. So that was just one nasty little boy in a social studies classroom. So I wish I would never have listened to him.
Listen to that. Yep.
Yeah, you know.
Because words. You see, if you're watching this, but look at her now. You're like, but look at her now. Boom. Anyway.
I got some jeans. I got my hair slicked back.
That is so amazing, Tanya. And thank you so much for the word of advice to the young girls, and just to let the viewers know who you are, what you're all about, and more that's coming up in Jamaica. Stay tuned for that. But before we go, like I already mentioned, we have a fun game. Let's see how crazy Tanya gets, if she can get to my level of crazy.
I'm so competitive.
So competitive, right? So we'll be right back. We're back, and like I already mentioned, my black box. This black box is very interesting. So I am going to ask you to pick 5 questions right away.
Okay.
And those 5 questions, well, they're brain teaser questions. Really.
Okay.
Brain teasers.
Okay.
You have to be 5. You have to.
Saturday.
It's Saturday.
I've been fighting a migraine. Disclaimers.
Okay, so guys, try to forgive her.
Disclaimers.
Right? All right, so you have 5 seconds.
5 seconds to pick them?
To answer.
Oh, 5 seconds to
So you have 5 seconds to answer to 5 questions. And I will try to be as clear as I can. Okay. Because I noticed my guest last week, when I was doing the editing, she kept saying, come again? But there was a moment of thinking.
That's when she was coming up with the answers.
So when I was
this
looking.
is rapid fire.
This is rapid fire, so I'm like, I'm going to be as clear as I can.
Like Family Feud. I love it.
Right? So I'm like, disclaimer, I'm going to say this now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So,
all right.
I hope I won't speak in my African accent.
It's okay.
You'll get it.
We're good. It's okay.
All right. So pick your 5, put them in here right away, and then we will see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So out of these questions, just so you know, they're crazy. All crazy questions.
Okay.
Just 1.
Is there a right answer?
Kinda.
Okay.
But then there's just one that that asks you about the knowledge of Canada.
Okay. Oh,
So
boy.
I know. That's why everybody. The last time I had Fard was like, no, but they're not Canadian now. So this is for people who they. But nah, this is a normal
I
one.
hope these are like general questions.
Don't worry about it. I hope so too.
Right.
But anyway, let me start with question number 1. Let's see. They say an eagle flies 24 kilometers an hour. Then you have a penguin who flies 48 kilometers an hour. Who's faster between the two?
48 kilometers an hour. Penguins don't fly, do they?
Boom! Yay! That was like so straight. I was like, let me be loud and clear. She got it.
Penguins don't fly.
Awesome. That's correct. That's correct. Now let's go with yellow for now. Question number 2.
Okay.
Okay, now that's smart. I think I need to give my guest tequila before we're doing this question next time. Tequila. That would be more fun because people will give you interesting answers.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be like,
So
let me do it.
I know, right? Say addicted after everything I say. Alright?
Yeah.
Right. So when people do drugs there,
Addicted.
when people drink alcohol there,
Addicted.
what hit you in the face last night?
I live alone, so.
So addicted didn't. So nothing did.
Nothing. My pillow.
Oh my God! No, that was cool. So the last time I had one of my guests was like, she was like addicted. I was like addicted. I was like really addicted? She's like yeah, addicted. I was like okay, TMI. But
you're bad.
I know. Well, that's the whole point. Let me be nasty. Alrighty. So, what's heavier between a pound of cotton and a pound of stone?
They're both a pound, so.
Madu, you watched it.
No, it's like they're both a pound.
Right? Yes,
Because you
awesome.
go through this in high school, right?
Yeah.
They try to confuse you. It's like
Yeah.
if everything is a pound, like they may like come in like a huge, like a pound of feathers may be bigger
Yeah.
when they look at it.
Yeah.
But they both weigh the same.
I like that. That is so smart. That's good. Which is true anyway, right? Because it's trying to make people understand that the same weight is same weight. It doesn't matter how
Well,
much
and I
it's
think
in.
that's it. What is so interesting that you just brought that out quickly, I'll just say, like, you know, you look at women, say they all weigh 150 pounds, and they could be so different. Like, one could be very skinny and tall, one could be short and curvy. Like, they're all 150 pounds.
Yeah.
But they are all very, very different.
Very different.
You can see some things online with that show women that are exactly the same weight, and they are all so diverse.
Also diverse.
Yeah.
Wow. What? This is alignment, I tell you people. We're talking about body weight here, and then we get this question, and it actually makes sense, and I like the way the example that you just gave, right?
Yeah.
That people shouldn't think
It's a number. It's a
exactly.
number on
It's
a
just a
scale.
number.
It's just a number.
It's
It
just
does
a
not
number.
define you.
Right? That is so awesome. So do you think you're smart?
I think I'm intelligent. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm like a scholar,
Yeah?
but I think I have common sense and I like to learn new things. So I think the fact that you want to learn more in life and you don't think you know it all makes you smart.
Smart. Damn, so she thinks you're smart. That's good. So do you mind spelling it?
Smart? Spelling it. I-T. Okay.
You come to asking me spelling it, like what do you want me to say?
It's like, you want me to spell smart? No, I know you don't. You want me to spell it.
Yeah, I like that. That was so awesome. Straight to the point. Now, those are like 3-second questions. I think now I need to put to 1 second. No time for
No way,
reading.
there's like no thinking.
No thinking. So how do you spell top?
How do you spell top?
We're talking about being smart before this, right? Let's do this. How do you spell top? As in top.
T-O-P?
I can't hear you.
T-O-P?
Alright, so say top 2 times. That's right.
Top.
Say top 3 times.
Top.
Say top 4 times.
Top.
What do you do at a green light?
Stop.
Do you?
Stop. What a green light.
I like that!
You got me that
Okay, man! This is good.
4 out of 5.
A 4 out of 5. That is so amazing. I was about to say no, we cannot go without having one crazy like
Yeah,
maybe
of
you telling me to
course.
say it 5 times now?
I do stop sometimes though because I'm like, it's gonna change. I see that countdown happening.
I know.
It's like it goes to 0 and usually goes yellow, right? And like a lot of them go yellow and then they go like red. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I get ready.
I get
stop,
ready.
right? And then like, no, it's not changing.
So guess what? She was right apparently. I'm partially
I'm just justifying.
justifying my case. But anyway, thank you so much, Tanya. That was so
This
amazing.
was fun. Thank you so much. I feel like I did okay. I'm alright with that percentage.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's just say 98% really. There we go. That's good.
Thank you so much.
You're amazing. Thank you for coming. It was so
Yes.
lovely to have you
Thank
here.
for having me.
You're so welcome. And to the viewers, thank you so much for watching. Definitely, we're going to be putting Tanya's social handles right below here and the Jamaican upcoming event. If you do not see it on this episode, stay tuned on our social handles. Just
Yeah.
the social handles that are going to be down below here. Just stay tuned there because
Yeah,
we'll put it on our social media. And Tanya is such an amazing lady, and thank you so much.
I'm so glad we met.
I know, right?
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
whole lot more that we're,
Yeah.
hope to work with in the future. Like, I'm
Absolutely.
like, oh, I'm excited.
We're in the YUG. We have to. We have to stay together.
Right? And that's
Community
the whole...
over collaboration.
That's-
No. Yeah.
Community over collaboration.
No. Community and collaboration.
Thank you. Not
Community
over
over
competition. Thank you.
Get that
More
right.
of
You know what? I think
community.
that
Yeah.
your names have got me so mixed up now. I don't even remember anything. Thank goodness
That was the whole
it's
point.
after.
That was the whole
You've
point.
scrambled my mind.
No, that is so amazing, and that is so true what you're saying. Like, community and collaborations are far more important than competition.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And that's how
we
we
go
grow.
further together than we do apart. that's
Apart,
for sure.
yeah, and just alone, right? And just the whole idea of everybody saying, oh yeah, in Canada, if you want to be successful, like in the media world, if you want to do this, go to Vancouver, go to Toronto. Why not start in your own city?
Oh,
Edmonton.
absolutely.
Look
We
at
have
Tyler
so
Perry.
many interesting
Look
people.
at Tyler Perry. It's like, I'm
That
not gonna
studio,
go to
right?
Hollywood. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna go to Hollywood. I'm gonna create it where? In Atlanta,
Well, the
right?
thing is too, is that the truth is if you have something great and you create something great,
Yeah.
people will come to you.
It will just
doesn't matter where you're at, they
Yeah.
will come to you.
They will come
so-
to you, right? And look
Yeah.
at you. Didn't think you were going to be gaining 76,000 followers today,
No,
right?
no,
You
gosh,
never
no,
thought
no,
you
no,
would,
like,
right?
that was like years down the road. I thought
Right?
possibly one day, but not like it wasn't in my forethought of success for this year.
Right, which is so amazing. Exactly what we're talking about. That never give up on your dream, and it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're not in Hollywood, if you're not in Vancouver, if you're not in Toronto. Do your best because it'll come chasing you down.
Create
Right.
your own opportunities.
Create your own opportunities
Yeah.
and be your own boss. Because I don't want to say why.
Claire, anyone with a job knows why.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like. I don't want to say why because
You
I'm
don't
gonna
need
get
to-
fired.
You don't need to say why. Everyone knows why.
Why exactly? But anyway, remember, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button here, share it, and like it, and whatever it is. I'm sure you're gonna love this episode. And remember, little girls with dreams become women of vision. Take care and God bless you.